Good evening. We are the Sisters Sanditon, and it's been a while.
It has indeed, sister dear. We thought that since we haven't seen all of you in a while, we would shoot a new video.
Yes.
And we are going to call it Love It or Leave It. So what we're going to do tonight is show you all of the deleted scenes from Sanditon. Now, some of you may have seen these, some of you might not have, but what we're going to do is watch them together and then
They're
decide.
short. They're very short
Yes, they're
if you
short.
haven't seen them.
And then decide, do we love it?
Should they have kept it in?
Or should they have left it out?
We can leave it.
Yes.
Yes, I love that idea.
I think this is going to be quite fun.
Very exciting. We wanted to review these videos, and so now we sort of have a little chance. All right.
Yes.
Shall we play the first one?
Let's do it.
Now,
Wait a minute. We have a fan on because we're bloody hot in
Yes.
here. So make sure
everything is
your
blowing in the
papers,
wind.
your papers flying everywhere, dear.
Excuse me. It's better than my lace tucker. All right.
True.
The first little I want to call it an episode, but the first deleted scene
Yes.
is Charlotte and Mary when they first arrive at Denham Place.
Right.
We see some of this, but they've
is a little
cut
extra,
part of it, and we'll
right,
show you, and
right.
then we can discuss. I'll make sure the volume's up.
Yes, they must be able to hear it.
There we go. All right. They're all very short, less than 2 minutes. Takes me back.
I was going to say, this makes me think of Pride and Prejudice. When she's walking through Pemberley.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Who is that?
Sir Harry Denham.
But this house belonged to a Mr. Hollis, did it not?
Yes, that's them there.
She's studied up, hasn't she?
Yes. Let's see how much they're worth. I would.
Mr.
got a
Hollis.
brain.
Do you think he minds Sir Harry taking pride of place in his own house?
Let's look closer.
It's a little slow.
Oh, why do you think?
Got left on the cutting
Yes.
room floor.
Doesn't rather put out.
All right. So this
Big
is a
fat leave it for me. Sorry.
This is a bit from the book. They go there and they're talking about how she's had these 2 husbands, right? Lady Denham has had 2 husbands, and the first one,
Yes.
right, gave her the
Yes.
house. I don't think she cared for him very much. The
Right.
second one gave her the title.
Right.
And so he's got the place of honor. He's the one I think
Right.
she cared for more, clearly based upon the size of the portrait.
But she was out to get. She's a smart woman.
Yeah. Reminds me of a Campion.
Yeah.
She got anyway.
Right.
So they're just kind of showing like the first husband whose house this is got this tiny little
Right,
sad looking portrait,
right.
and the second husband who really doesn't belong in the house has this giant painting
And
there.
that's
So it's
because she liked him better.
because she liked it.
Anyway,
and he gave
I
her the
don't
title.
care. Big fat leave it.
I think it was really long.
Unnecessary.
It was really long, and it's just kind of we
Do
didn't.
you
need
all
it.
agree?
I think they did the right thing by
Yep.
leaving it.
I agree.
I mean, it shows Charlotte as being, oh, here I am, this big, but
Yeah.
we've seen it already. I think we've seen
they
it.
did good. Okay,
Good.
they left it. Good.
All right, next.
Number 2.
Number 2. Let me tell you, this is This is a spicy little scene out in the street with Clara Brereton and Charlotte walking,
Oh, yes, this is
and
fun.
Sydney and his 2 guy pals, kind of hanging out, and we see a little interaction here.
Roll it, dear.
I like this one.
Well, seems my ward grows more feral by the hour. Have to go ahead without me.
I miss
For
him.
God's sake, man, it's Clara's having a bastard. It's like less fun to come by, actually. Be alert, Sydney. See who approaches.
Oh, look. Fresh buns in the baker's window.
My son Hayward, you are a dark horse.
One would almost think she was trying to avoid you, Sydney. I can't think why that would. She made quite an impression on the poor.
Okay,
All right, I loved it.
I liked this.
They should've
Now,
left it.
I think it was a little bit, I mean, I don't know, it was a little bit much, perhaps.
The
That she would
tongue-in-cheek
make
was
that
hilarious.
the tongue in cheek was
tongue-in-cheek
hilarious.
about how
That
he
Charlotte
left
would
an
be so
impression.
and that what's her name Clara was like, oh, why did she say
Yeah,
that?
now that's,
To me,
that's
that was
exactly
a little
what I was
bit
gonna bring
like,
up.
how did she know that something was going on?
Yeah.
I guess perhaps, I mean, I had to watch it a couple times. I was like, maybe it was because the friends were kind of like, look at them, and Sydney was like, And so I think maybe she thought something's happening. Like, what's going on? But
So
I
you
feel
think
like
she thought something had happened between them,
I
and that's why she
guess.
said, "Oh, like in other words, like you naughty girl." Is that what she's
I guess.
saying?
So like, I'm very surprised
Right.
that something is happening here, and you're like, oh, let me get away. Like she's
Yeah.
embarrassed that something happened.
Yeah. Okay.
But
all right.
to me, it was jumping the gun. I don't know if Clara would have been able to discern quite that
Yeah.
much.
Well, and I don't know if you could hear it, but he said something like, "It's as bad as having a bastard." In other words, he was talking about Georgiana,
Yeah.
right? He said,
Yeah.
my ward is being feral again, or something, crazy.
Uh-huh.
And they said, well, that's as bad as having a bastard, but less fun to come by. That was a little racy.
Par for the course for those two gentlemen.
You know, and I think I
Gentlemen.
don't like, of course, how Sydney just looks like he absolutely despises her again here. He can't
Yeah.
even look at her, you know. But
Yeah, it's a bit much because I think he is. I mean, I think
dear me, we have some drag races out tonight.
I don't know.
It's
if you
not
can
even
hear that.
a Friday.
It's really loud.
My goodness, this is a retirement community. I'm sorry about that.
We don't live here. This is a grandmother's
We're
house.
at grandma's
Listen,
house.
So I think, I don't know. I feel like in other scenes that we've seen, Sydney is kind of like, you know,
Yeah.
a little more joking after she saw his buttocks.
I mean, this one
He's
acted like he
kind of
just
like
hated her. I thought
likes
it
to
was
make
too
her
much.
uncomfortable. Kind of like, oh, you know.
Yeah, but didn't you think
I
he
thought it
acted
was a
just
little
so,
too much. Yeah, a little
her
too
again.
much.
It's
Yeah.
like, come on.
Which is
now.
maybe why they cut it. I don't know, but I liked the joke. I
Yeah.
like any kind of those jokes. Where like, hey, I wonder why that is. You know.
Yeah. But the
It was
whole
so
thing
funny.
about looks like she's avoiding you. You know, you made quite an impression on her, and of course, all we can think about is the bottom scene, and that it made quite an impression on all of us.
Yes,
So,
yeah, yes.
I liked that.
And that was good.
great.
So
love it.
love it. We should have left it
Okay,
in. Okay,
great.
so we got one leave it and one
Yeah,
love it.
yeah.
All right.
Number 3.
Number 3. This is the scene with Hankins, Reverend Hankins, and the two little girls, the
Yes,
sisters,
yes.
and okay, let's play it. If I can, something seems to be.
Something is amiss.
Something
there.
appears to be.
Honourable lady of the house, which
Here
is
we
she?
go.
Hold on, but I can't get it large.
Speak to me, I shall
Oh
answer
dear!
your
I'm
will.
having technical difficulties, everyone.
House,
Let me
Just
try
let them hear
again.
it. Just let them hear it. It's fine.
Speak to me, I shall.
Uh-oh, it's gone. There it is.
Honourable lady of the house, which is she? Speak to me, I shall answer for her your will.
They're reading
Yeah,
poetry.
that part's
Most
for you.
radiant, exquisite, and unmatchable beauty, I pray you, tell me if this be the lady of the house.
Really, girls, you might at least try and put a little bit of feeling into it. It is supposed to be poetry, after all.
Yes, but
Wouldn't have
not
taken her for a
too
poet.
much feeling, though. I have often found that the bard's words, in and of themselves, contain passion enough.
How very wise you are, Mr. Hankins. Are you fond of Shakespeare yourself?
More of the comedies than the tragedies, madam. Indeed, as a younger man, I once played in A Midsummer Night's Dream. And, if I may say, I received a great deal of praise for my bottom.
Oh, I should very much like to have seen it.
Okay, for those of you who don't know Midsummer Night's Dream, there's a character.
Honourable
Who-
lady of the house.
Oh dear,
yeah.
starting again. There's a character who is called Bottom, who
Right.
wears the donkey's head. He's like the big
Right.
goof.
Right.
So it was really funny that there was kind of a double meaning because
Yes.
Sydney's bottom or
Right.
his bottom or
We seem
it's
to
just
keep
funny.
referencing the bottom,
Yeah,
but that was hilarious.
the poetry part was a bit much. We
Yeah,
didn't
the
need all
poetry
of
we
that.
didn't need, but half
But
of
that half of it I would have kept.
it, I agree with you
Yes.
100%.
Half
I didn't
cut,
need the
half
poetry, but the joke about the bottom was great. I played a bottom,
think it
and
was
she
funny.
says, "I would have liked to
Yeah.
see it."
I
I would not have. Spell
Yes,
it, please.
yes, I will say something I don't need to hear from Mr. Hankins' mouth is anything to do with the word passion.
Yes.
Ooh.
And
All
thank
right.
God we didn't have to see him emerging from the ocean.
Oh gosh, yes.
Ah.
Now, all right, let's move on to the fourth scene. This is Stringer and Mary.
So that one got a half love it
Half
and
and
a half
half.
leave.
Yes, half and half.
Okay, next.
All right, so the next scene is Stringer and Mary. He comes to apologize and he mentions Miss Haywood. So
Got
let's
it.
talk about this one. I mean, let's watch it first.
Mr. Stringer.
Ma'am, I wanted to apologise for my behaviour in the cricket. I'm afraid I let my temper get the better of me. I'm sorry if you were embarrassed.
You have no need to apologise, Mr. Stringer. You and your men work hard. The least you should expect is to be paid on time. It is my husband who should apologise.
Thank you, ma'am. I'll certainly be glad to see the matter resolved. For everyone's sake.
Mr. Parker has gone to London in a bid to rectify things. We must hope he's successful.
I trust he will do all he can. Mrs.
right.
Barker, I just wondered if you had any word of Miss Haywood.
Not since the note she left. I expressly told her not to go to London. The thought of her alone in that big city.
I'm sure you've no need to concern yourself. I've never met a young woman as spirited as she is.
Yes, we've all grown rather fond of Charlotte. I should be glad of her safe return.
Aye, man. So will I.
Yeah, I bet you will.
Yeah, we have indeed.
Okay.
Hmm.
Loved it or leave it?
Leave it.
Really? Okay, I would cut it. Right when he turned his back, talked about the whole Tom, I apologize. Like you said earlier, we discussed this in a little bit. We already know he's a good, honorable man.
Yeah,
it was
did
sweet of him to come and
That
apologize.
was sweet, but I already think of him as sweet. Like, I
Okay.
wasn't like, oh, what a jerk.
I could have done without that. Right when he was about to go, I would have started it there. But they couldn't start it there.
Right.
Because it'd been like, wait, what? Why is he
Right.
there?
But why?
It
Why
wouldn't
did
make
you-
sense.
Why did you even need that?
But I liked that part because it showed how much he liked Charlotte. And he was like, any word on Miss Haywood? And she's like, everybody loves her. And he's like, yeah. You know,
Yeah,
and
but
she
we
was
already
kind of
know
like,
how much he likes her. It's not like he ran
I
off to
know,
London to like.
but Mary
sure
could
she
kind of
was
see
okay.
too. And it was like, yeah, I don't know. I guess we could have. I
give it a leave it. So where did you get it?
I don't know. I guess we could leave it.
Okay, that's a leave it.
But I liked seeing it.
Number 4.
I enjoyed seeing it.
Yes.
All right, let's say that. Okay,
All
so
right.
number 4. No, wait, that
No,
was number
we're on
4.
5
Number
now.
5. There, I've got my list.
Clara and Mr. Crow.
2 dark horses, if we're talking about a dark horse.
This is interesting.
What time does the London coach depart?
Excellent question. Soon before we escape this infernal backwater.
Mr. Crow.
Miss Bird,
What a nice coat there.
what a stroke of luck. I'm London bound myself. Tell me, do you have any friends in the city?
None worth knowing, I'm afraid.
Well,
Ooh.
you do now.
They deserve each other.
Loved it.
They're perfect together.
I would have left
What
that.
did I put?
I like
put
that.
love it.
I like that.
Yes.
I mean,
Because,
it's just,
because once again, it ties up a little loose
It
end.
ties up
Like,
a little
okay, so they're gonna go. to
yeah,
London,
yeah.
and who
I
knows
liked
what'll
it.
happen? But yeah,
I
it gave a little bit of closure to her, you know. And of course, I mean, we already know she's not any, you know, angel,
No.
and neither is he. So maybe they'd make a perfect pair. You know, who knows?
Yes.
But that move he
Hold on.
made. Oh dear.
Sorry.
That move he made to take her. Dear.
Technical difficulties. I'm sorry.
Are you trying to shut me up?
I
Dan?
never professed to be an engineer when it comes to anything like this.
The move he made to take her suitcase was a little racy, I thought.
I agree.
Looked quite like something dastardly was about to happen.
Well, it was very seductive. He got a little
Yes,
bit
it was.
into a personal space.
Yes, but
Which I think is indicative of the kind of person he is, and he
Right.
knows the kind of person she is. I
that's
think they're going to be...
exactly. They're a
They
match
might-
made
they
in
might-
heaven.
Or somewhere else. They might pull a little bit of a Lydia and Wickham in London, if you know what I mean.
Yes, exactly. All right, so we said love it on that one. Number
Loved
5.
it,
Now on
yes.
to the last one, number 6.
No, there's 2 more.
Oh, you're right. It's on the backside of
3
the paper.
more.
It's on the
6, 7, and 8. We
You're
still
right.
have... Oh, dear.
I'm sorry, dear.
Unless you'd like to just end now. All right, now this one... Okay, this is Sydney and Eliza walking through Sanditon after she
Okay.
has arrived.
All right.
Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Wait, what?
It's just as I remember.
First glance, perhaps. It's always to be expected that things will be altered after all this time. I hardly suppose either of us are entirely the same people as we once were.
Are we not? I believe I'm the same girl I ever was.
But who's to say I am still the same man?
You are. I knew at the moment I saw you in London.
You know, I'm very glad you decided to accept our invitation. I wasn't entirely sure that you would see the appeal of a provincial town
He
regatta.
doesn't.
I'm not here for the regatta, Sydney. I'm here for you.
What a bold hussy she is.
Yeah.
My
Oh,
goodness.
She knows what she wants, doesn't she?
My.
The first thing I noticed from that scene is Sydney mumbles.
Why isn't this...
He does not enunciate.
I was going to say, my goodness gracious, I can't get any
Like-
of these things to just turn off.
I could barely understand a word the man said. I mean,
Yes.
he really does mumble.
He really did mumble in that scene. Perhaps that's why they cut it.
True. Maybe that's why.
We couldn't get,
But
couldn't
I
get it right.
loved it. I loved it. I think they should have kept it.
You said earlier that you thought that they shouldn't have kept it because you said it really made him seem
Well, you're
like
right.
he really did
well,
like
I
her and
thought of
want
that
her
later.
there.
All right. Let me break it down. Now, the reason why I would leave it is because it was not showing a good picture
No,
of
it
Sydney.
did not paint him in the most favorable light when Charlotte is concerned.
Because he said to her, I'm so glad she came.
you
And you're
decided
like,
to
what
join
the
us.
heck?
Yes. Well,
I mean, it makes him seem like all the haters say.
look,
that
we
he
have to
was just a
remember.
rake.
We have to remember. We know he is in this position where he's very torn, and he, she's like come back from the dead practically, and he's feeling it out, and he's saying, "This is what I always wanted. Is this what I want?" Nothing really started up with Charlotte technically yet. We've already talked about this. Him going with her.
If a man doesn't show me he wants me more than that, then I'm out. Like,
Right.
he should have been. You know what I mean? You don't
Yes.
go, well, let me decide. Here.
Yes.
Let me think. Ooh, I'm so glad you
So
came.
you're done with Sydney now.
Well, I'm
We've
just
already
saying
discussed
that
this.
thank God they cut it. Because,
right.
like you said, it makes him seem like a bad guy.
It does
but
make him seem like a bad guy.
I loved it because, of course,
Well, it gave some insight into him saying, "I'm not the same person I used to be." She's like, "Oh yes, you are." No, and she's not the same
Yeah.
girl. Please.
well,
She's aged 10 years and nothing else.
He didn't argue very hard, though.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
It didn't paint him in the best light.
Well, but I think it sort of reminds us that he wants the person he's with to love Sanditon and to be that sort of homey, he's with the family, and she's like, "I'm not here for that." She
Well, he
doesn't
didn't-
like the town.
It didn't seem to me like he liked it too much. He said, oh,
Well,
we
listen,
muddled this
listen.
provincial town.
Listen, this is the day of the regatta, and he's torn about all of this, and he sees her, and he's walking with her, and they're seeing Charlotte, and then they have that big fight. I mean, there's a lot that happens this day, and this is
All
by
right,
the end
so
of
would
the
you have
day.
left
By
it
the
or
end of
leave
the
it?
day, he's done with her, and he sends her packing. Thank God.
Love it or leave it, then. What do you say?
I have to say, I love to get more of Sydney, but I didn't want to see them together. So part of me wants to say
So
leave
you would
it,
have said leave it.
because I don't want to see them together.
I think I might change my answer on
But
that.
I don't know.
I think I'm going to say
I'm very
leave
torn.
it. I'm going to say leave it.
Okay.
Because I already know what she is. I already know
Yeah.
what she wants. She wants him. I mean, that's
Yes.
obvious. It was obvious in every scene.
Then why do you need it?
Right. That's what I mean. You're right.
So leave
I
it.
don't know. I'm
Did you
leaving
say
it.
Well, you said love it.
I know it. I don't know what I was thinking.
Well, what do you want to do?
I'm leaving it.
I don't
I
know
don't
why
want
this
it.
isn't letting me click on
I don't
any of
want
these.
it. It puts Sydney in a bad light.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me get one more.
And
here.
I just realized I left my other paper at home, which has
Keep
the
pressing
last
pause.
two on it.
Well, that's all right.
I'll have to actually do it spur of the moment.
You can remember. The next
Yeah.
one is the letter that Georgiana receives in
Okay.
her room.
Got it.
So this, I believe, is like after everything has happened in London and she's come home. This was towards the end.
Yes.
They said this was, but it gives an insight into kind of like what may happen.
Yes.
At the end here.
Letter for you, miss.
Letter for you,
Thank
miss.
you.
She seems excited to get this letter.
Yep.
She's still going. Instead of like surprised. She didn't seem surprised. It seemed like she.
Fix it. It's got
I
that
have
there.
been obliged
There.
to enlist in the Navy, where I hope to prosper and improve my circumstances. Wait for me, Georgiana. My love for you burns as fiercely as ever,
Surprising.
and I promise you that I will come back and claim you, my one and only true love, and remain your Otis.
Interpret her stare there. We don't know what's
right.
going on.
We don't know what you said. But why did you say surprising? Why were you surprised
Well,
that he wrote that he loved her still? I mean, did you think you thought he was actually just after her money?
No, not really. But I'm surprised that he was like, I hope to come back and claim you still.
Oh, so
Like,
you're
he
shocked
thinks
that
he's
thinks
still got
that
a
she's-
shot.
Yeah, right.
I mean, after what he did, he thinks that.
See, now I can't remember. It's been
She's
so
got a
long.
shot. He's
What
got a
terms
shot.
did they last leave on? She kind of
As
said,
far
I'm
as
done
I
with you,
know,
right? I
I
don't
don't-
need to hear from you
As,
anymore.
well, they
See?
did get to say goodbye
They
because he
said
said, I thought she
goodbye.
deserved a proper parting.
I mean, she was heartbroken, but I
Mhm.
can't remember. I think she didn't say too much to him.
She didn't say too much. I think she
he
didn't know what to
apologized
think.
and everything, and she was kind of
She
like,
probably didn't know what to think at that point.
yeah.
And, and we've gone back and forth about Otis in the past. We didn't know, well, is he good, is he not?
right.
And it's hard to know because we don't hear much from him. We don't really know him.
right.
We didn't get enough, I don't think. Like, initially we thought, oh, he's so sweet and wonderful. But he went against Sydney and this and that, and he
Right,
wasn't
right.
a true, I don't know. He wasn't, he may have just gotten in with the wrong crowd and just been really stupid.
Yeah.
You know,
I think he does love her.
I think he does.
I liked this scene. I would leave it.
I think
because
I would leave
it gives
it.
you a little hope for her.
Yes.
What's going to happen to her, and maybe for
Yes.
him.
Yes.
Once again, it's tying up some loose ends.
Tying up a little loose
Whereas
ends.
I remember when we watched the show, we thought, well, what the heck happened
Yeah.
to Georgiana?
She didn't even
fell
say
off the
goodbye.
face of
She
the
didn't even
planet.
get to say goodbye to Charlotte or anything. It was really
Yeah.
stupid. That was dumb. I'm sorry. She was
Charlotte
like her
never-
best friend. We didn't even get to see a goodbye.
Yeah, that was. So this would have made
Yes,
a lot of sense.
it would have been a little bit better. She's still like depressed in her room, but
Yeah.
she's
And they still needed a scene where
got
Charlotte said
something.
goodbye.
Yes, I think they needed
I
that.
left that out.
But
too.
at least we know, like you said, there may be hope for her.
Yes.
She's not written Otis off potentially.
Right,
She was
right.
seemed excited to get that letter,
Right.
and he's still
Exactly.
writing to her. Boy,
Yeah. He's probably only
he's
when
bold.
she's getting letters from. So
Yeah.
I would think she assumed it was
Yeah.
from him, right?
right, and he's trying. You know, he says he's trying. He's going off on him. He's trying to make himself.
Yeah.
He's trying to make something of himself. So
Yes.
I do applaud that. That's
Yes.
that's good. He's trying to make something of himself. Yeah. So
now,
we were
is
both.
this the final scene?
This is the final.
Ooh,
I
the
didn't write
final.
anything about this
Okay.
because it speaks for itself. No,
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
I shouldn't be in London.
hold
more than a
on.
week.
Oh,
Pause you.
I shouldn't be in London more than a week, but I have to do everything I can to help the family. How I manage that, I have no idea.
I believe you will.
Okay, we've seen this part.
And when I return, we'll finally have a chance to finish our conversation.
We've seen this. Now this is part of what we did not see. Yes, it was a kiss. We've seen all the rest of this. The only part that was cut was that 2-second kiss. It's breaking my heart all over again.
Yeah.
I really almost can't even bear to watch it. It just makes me so depressed.
Yeah. This is the first time I've watched it again since everything went down.
Okay.
All right, let's hear what you got to say on that. Love it or leave it.
Well, we know that they would not. Sorry. Hello. We know that they would not have kissed in public, and that is
Which
why
is
they cut
that
it.
the reason?
That's
that
why they
cut
said it was not. They would not have kissed in public on a public street.
Let
They
alone
weren't
up on
engaged.
the cliff by
Well,
themselves.
Look,
but at
the
least
cliff
nobody
was
was
bad.
there. Maybe.
Yes, the cliff was bad enough. They were alone. No one knew about it.
Right.
She wasn't going to be compromised. Her
Right,
honor and
right,
all
right.
that. But to me, like on the one hand, kissing her again is a whole nother level of like familiarity that I don't think he should have taken. That is a bit much. 2 kisses, like, goodbye, dear. I'm kiss you again. It's like they're an old married couple. Like, you're not engaged, Sydney, dear. You've already made out with her once. Like, let sleeping dogs lie until you can make an honest woman of
now,
her.
come on. What's wrong
I
with a
don't
little
know.
kiss?
Listen, on the other hand, listen, let me get there. On the other hand, any kiss I want to see.
That's what I
And
said.
I
I'll
was
take
like-
what I can
And
get.
at first, when I saw the deleted thing, I was
Yeah.
what? They left us. They left it. How did we get to see it? I was like,
Just.
I was going nuts. Yes, I was like, another kiss we didn't get to see.
Yeah.
But you're gonna again. I can't help but go back to the fact that how long did it take him to say, "And when I return, we shall finally be able to finish our conversation that we started." He could have just said, "Charlotte, I'm in love with you. I can't wait. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to ask you, will you be my wife?" He already said everything to her the night before. He said the whole flowery, "You make me a better person. I want to be a better
Right,
man."
but we've
All they had
already-
to say was, "Will you marry me?"
We-
Then they
we-
could have kissed.
We've already said that's a flaw in the script. We all agreed that he should have proposed right on the hillside. That's
Yes.
what would have happened.
Yes.
Okay, that didn't happen, so that's
Yes.
they're always going to keep them from doing
But
that
if you're
because
going
they
to
didn't
kiss
want it to
again,
happen.
kiss really? Kiss again, and he still just can't propose
That
to
was
her.
a tough one for me. I said love it and leave it.
Yeah, both.
I understand why they left it.
Yes.
Because it wasn't correct.
Yeah,
to
it
happen.
was bad enough kissing
But I'll
on the
take
hill.
any kiss I can get
Yeah.
from the man.
Yeah,
So that would,
I
in
know.
that case, I would say leave it.
I
mean, love it. No, I'm
leave it
confusing
in.
myself. Leave it
Leave
in.
it in. No,
because
you
I love it.
Leave it out. Leave it in. Yes, leave it in. You're saying now. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that was fun, dear.
Yeah.
It was
Yes.
very fun.
Yes.
Now, I hope
Now,
all of you have seen these
Yes.
properly instead of on this
it's a little glary and
cruddy
small
thing.
and
But
yes.
where can they go to view those? On the Sanditon page,
Sanditon
right?
has their own Facebook page. It's called Sanditon. It's like the Sanditon TV show has their own page.
So if you haven't
It's all
seen
there.
those,
It's Red Planet.
you want to see a better version, you can go back and watch them.
Yes, and
Especially
then
the
please comment. Give us all of your comments on all of the scenes. Let us know. Leave it
Let us know if
leave
you
it out,
love it
or we
leave
love
it.
it. We should have put it back in.
Yeah.
And let us know what you think because
Yes.
it's interesting. It is fun. It's always fun to get a little bit extra.
I
When you
agree.
think you're done, and you go, "Oh, I love to have those extra scenes and
Yes.
deleted scenes." I just love to have
Yeah.
anything extra, anything that we can get.
I
And that
totally
kiss
agree.
was, it was a treat to see.
Yes, you have to
I-
zoom in.
I
but-
believe you me, I watched it about 50 times. I kept trying to zoom
Yeah.
in.
Zoom in. Well, we hope you've enjoyed it. We hope you have a wonderful evening. Good night.
Thank you for joining us.
We are the sisters.
We are the Sisters Sanditon. We haven't done this in a while.
No, I'm a bit rusty.
I was just about to say I'm a bit rusty. I'm not even kidding.
Oh, great line.
Oh,
Great.
great lines.
Gosh.
It is late already. I don't know how we're even going to get through this.
Oh, Lord have
I
mercy.
don't know how I'm going to get through this tomorrow. What's that from?
I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to get through this. I don't know.
I don't know how I'm going to get... Oh, Anne. I don't know how I'm going to get
Oh,
through
my
this.
gosh.
How could you miss our
I
favorite...
missed an Anne quote.
That's bad. Now you know your brain is off.
Thank you, dear.
I think very highly of him. I greatly esteem him. I don't know why, I just thought of that. I just wanted to say it. You know what that's from?
Wait, let me think. Give me a
I think very
chance.
highly of him. I greatly esteem him.
But do you love him?
What is it? Oh,
Do you love
lordy. If you don't get this...
I know it. If you could just give me a second. Very highly of him. I
We'll
think
just
he is.
wait for her, won't we, ladies
But
and
do you
gentlemen?
love him?
It's two girls.
I know what it is.
Do you know that it's two girls?
Yes.
Two sisters. What Jane Austen show has two sisters, dear?
It's Sense and Sensibility.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you
it's
remember
the one
when
with Emma
she goes,
Thompson,
"Are you in love
right?
with Edward Ferrars?" And she goes,
No.
"I like him. I
It's not
greatly
with
esteem him."
Emma
Yes.
Thomas.
And Emma Thompson.
Emma
And she goes,
Thompson.
"I like him. I greatly esteem him." And Marianne goes,
Yes.
"I greatly esteem him. I think very highly of him."
That's right.
Show some passion, Eleanor. She's always telling her, right?
Yes. I thought you were talking to me.
No.
I thought it's 9:30
You
at
show
night.
plenty of passion when you get going, dear.
Oh dear, it's 9:30. Yes, I haven't much passion left in me, dear.
Perhaps you should not pinch me as much under the table when I talk too long, when I'm too long-winded. All right.
All right. Let's get this show on the road.
Yeah.
All right. What did you think? I don't think it was very funny.
It wasn't very funny. What more do you want? I thought it was very funny.
Did we
I had
laugh?
a lot of fun.
Oh,
I
I'm glad
laughed.
you did, dear.
I.
I'm glad you found yourself amusing.
Oh dear. I thought it was funny.
Oh dear.
Right again.
I wish they'd given us some more deleted scenes of Sydney's bottom.
Yes, that would have been nice, wouldn't it?
That would have been fun.
A little bit of, perhaps the British version, I think, showed a little bit more, a little longer scene
I
there.
think it did.
Or some more outtakes of the
Cuts?
kiss. Yes, outtakes and cuts of the
I'm
bottom
sure they had
scene
to
and the kiss
redo
on the
that.
cliff.
I'm sure they had to redo it plenty of times.
Oh man,
Who knows what?
what slipped?
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. But
You thought better of it.
leave it to you, dear.
Hey, you said we weren't funny enough. There you go.
Leave it to you to take it to the gutter.
I'm sorry.
And you always making fun of me.
It's true. I'm the one tonight. I've turned. I've been spending too much time with you, dear. It's
Too
rubbing
much
off.
time inside the house,
Too
dear.
much time.
What have you been watching at home?
I'll tell you what I've
This
been...
is what comes of watching Bridgerton too many times
Well-
as opposed to Sanditon.
Bridgerton. Oh, I'll tell you what I've been watching new. The Cook of Castamar. That's my new favourite period drama. It's all in Spanish. You watch it with subtitles.
Spanish, dear, you're branching
Yes.
out.
It's very spicy.
Yes, but do they show bottoms?
I think they do.
Well, there you are. Good watching for
Yes.
interim.
Yes, well, we're waiting for Sanditon. Who knows whose bottom we'll see in the next season.
Who
There's two new
knows?
men on the
They
scene.
won't be able to compete, but
Well, we don't know that. I bet they've got plenty of time to work out. They know what they've got to compare themselves to, so
true.
they've got to measure up. They know how high the bar's been set.
That's right. I hope they're doing their squats.
Squats. Oh, gosh.
Turn it off, dear. Turn it off.
Why are we always saying that? Turn it off.
The later it gets, the worse.
The
we
worse
get.
we